Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crockett Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the Warzone. Say, man, get on the phone and call somebody and tell them the realest of the real is on the screen. I am the 5-star general. Something wrong with the black family. We can't keep the black family together. Something is wrong. And tonight, we're going to talk about it. So y'all get ready, because it's going down tonight. If y'all ready, then I'm ready. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the Warzone and tell you thank you for taking the time out to tune in. You know, without you guys, I wouldn't have a show. So I appreciate you taking the time out to hang out with your boy, man. So, first thing first, let's get the privacy settings right so that we can make sure that this thing goes out to everybody. Okay, so we're going to change that. We're going to save that. And now we're ready. Say, man, I was scrolling through the news and I came up on this. Let's see what they talking about.
Yeah, the parents I've heard from seem to support the move. But let's be honest, it's much more easily done in a smaller district like this.
Tragic events in Uvalde are impacting decisions across the state, including here in Deer Park.
I'm proud to announce that we will be adding an armed police officer at each of our elementary schools this year.
Deer Park ISD Superintendent Stephen Harrell announcing via social media that all 8 elementary schools would have dedicated armed officers for the first time ever, thanks to an agreement with Deer Park and Pasadena police departments, which the district will pay some $500,000 annually for extra duty service.
I'm excited that we're able to do this, but it's just sad testament to where we are in society and education that we're having to do this. And it does bother me, but I feel like it's something we need to do.
Harrell says the response from parents like Leslie Moreno has been positive.
I think that's a good idea.
Why?
I mean, we need to keep them safe as best that we can. And you just don't know who's at the school or who can come in.
Deer Park's move comes a month after nearby Galena Park ISD School Board.
The motion carried 6-0.
Approved a similar plan using district police and law enforcement partners to equip every elementary school with an armed officer.
I want that marked vehicle outside my school so that somebody knows there is an armed officer in that campus.
Districts generally have on-campus officers in secondary schools due to potential internal threats. But Uvalde proved once again that someone from the outside can have a devastating impact.
And I've done a lot of school safety and security stories in recent weeks, and I can tell you most districts will appear to be continuing to use a method of having roving officers check in on elementary schools throughout the school day, but look for more news from potentially more districts as we get closer to the new school year. Reporting live from Deer Park, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
Times are a-changing. All right. Thank you, Jason Miles.
There we go, man. We got a few connection issues, but we'll be okay. I want to say kudos to Deer Park ISD because it's time for people to step up to the plate and protect these children and protect the staff on these campuses. When you love something, you protect it, and they love their children out in Deer Park. Now, people ask, what about the bigger school districts like HISD and Fort Bend ISD. I know for a fact that HISD has well over 200 schools, and they don't have enough officers to put one cop on every campus. Whatever we got to do at this point, we have to do. If you can protect your school board on board meeting night with 15, 20 officers in a school board meeting to silence parents that have a problem with CRT, that have a problem with porn, or just have a problem in general, then you should do better to be able to protect the kids on the campuses. Get the kids out the room unless you want them to hear the real. I've been on a terror lately, and I'm going to talk about this for a little bit, and then I will actually go into what I need to talk about tonight, which is why Black families can't seem to stay together. In this world of activism, in this world of advocacy, everybody plays a part. Every single person plays a part. And when you get that one person that think that they draws don't stink and think that they can just talk to people any kind of way for whatever that reason may be, then you're really not serving the purpose. Over in Sterling Shire, we heard the stories. We saw what, Grizzy Hood News did. God bless Grizzy. Be careful who you hang with, though. Grizzy did a fabulous job of, as she always does, of getting information out. And ever since that came out, it's been like a shit show. I'm in the advocacy activism family. You have the good doctor, I ain't calling you Dr. Candace Matthews. You have Candace Matthews, because I know for a fact that the only doctrine that you have that's legitimate is the one that was given to you by Leaders of STEAM Academy. And that was just an honorary doctrine. So I'm going to stick to my guns and say that you do not have a PhD. And if you feel the need to want to speak to your attorney about what I'm saying, then do what you need to do. I'm here to report the truth. And the truth of the matter is, young lady, you started smelling yourself. From an advocacy activism standpoint, some days you do decent work, bringing awareness to issues. But in all actuality, you're not what the doctor ordered. Now, everybody knows that you don't like me and I don't like you. Cool. Who cares? I lose no sleep over you. But when you get to the point that you start tearing down other people with your little nasty videos, somebody needs to put a muzzle on you. You feel you're politically protected, so you can get out here and you can say and do whatever you want to do to people. And, we had an issue a while back, and I talked to you firsthand on it. And at that point, I told you that I wasn't getting in it because, you just needed to deal with that person one-on-one. Well, you made a video Sunday, and everybody that's in the activism world knows who you were talking about. I'm not going to say that lady name, but we know who you were talking about. And you made a comment in there that triggered me, because I finally saw it, and we're not friends, so I don't go looking for your videos. I don't think there's nothing that you say on a daily basis that moves me at all. There's nothing that you do on a daily basis that moves me at all, because honestly, I feel that you're not genuine in nothing that you do. I feel that you tell a bunch of lies, and it is what it is. Your first statement is, how dare this woman attack somebody's livelihood? So supposedly that person tried to get somebody fired from their job. You don't do that. You don't attack somebody's money. Didn't you do that? Didn't you do that when you had a problem with Aubrey Taylor? Didn't you threaten to stop him from making money? Yeah, you did. And we still got the information to prove it. So everything I'm saying is valid. Another thing you said in there is that your cousin, Pimp C, told you something. First of all, you're not Pimp Cousin. I'm going to tell you that right now. I sat in the lab with the man, God bless him, all the way back in 1994. And Chad Butler is not your cousin. Every time you wake up, somebody kin to you, or they this or they that, you're telling people in front of you, talking to your godmother. No, she not. I know that for a fact. I got that from her. So anything I'm saying is valid. So if you want to fire up your attorney to go file one of them lawsuits that you like to file on people, then do what you do. But what I'm doing right now is I'm holding you accountable. Your conduct in Sterling Shire with what you're doing is you're stopping people from actually getting the help that they need. You're stopping people from getting that help. Now, I done got some calls. You know, Mr. Monroe, can you come over? No, I'm not coming. See, I'm the barber that told people, don't go to that barber over there, he's going to mess your line up. But you went over there and you let him cut your hair anyway, and he messed your line up. Now you're coming back to me for me to clean it up? No, I'm not doing that. I get what you're doing. And you made a comment that if I sent out a press release and you sent out a press release, let's see how many elected officials would show up. Wow. Let's see how many elected officials would show up. Let me see something. See, y'all out there, you say things and you don't know what you're saying. You telling people this person is chasing clout. Well, let me tell you what the definition of a clout chaser is, according to Wiktionary. A clout chaser is a person who attempts to gain political or social power and influence, especially through association or conflict with public figures. And what did you say about sending out a press release to see who would show up at a press conference? What you don't have a clue is your actions are really hindering things from getting done. So just know that I've gotten some calls, and you may want to be very careful in Sterling Shire. I think you've done the best that you could do, according to you. But the streets got a problem with you right now over there. Because they sick of the news cameras and no action. The proof is in the pudding. That's all I can tell you. They sick of the news cameras and no action. The same woman you drugged is the same woman that can help a bunch of them get housing vouchers. Making sure that they straight, making sure that they got hotels. And you're showing up with your cameras with this hammer of accountability bullshit. Like it's you that's doing everything. Are we in the business of helping people and taking credit for every little thing? Or are we just in the business of helping people? Now, you know I could go a little bit harder than what I'm going. But I wanted to make sure that those out there that hear this. Sometimes you can become the problem. And honestly, sweetie, these people you trying to impress, they laughing at you. They really think that you're a joke. But they can use you like a puppet on a string to do whatever they want to do. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me see if I can get this fuzz out of here. Hold on a second. Let's check this virtual background thing. There we go. There we go. They can use you like a puppet on a string. And you know what's so amazing? Is that you know that. But you crave the spotlight so much that you water down your work. Now, I know you're going to see this. And your little attorney's going to see it. You sure you want this smoke? I know things people don't know. I know things that happened in Palacios, Texas, that you probably don't ever want me to speak on. I know things. I'm not giving you a mandate. I'm telling you that if you're going to get out and help the people that know what you're doing it for, you're not bigger than the people that you supposedly are helping. And for all of y'all out there that want to know, she needs to run for something, she should run for something. If you're going to be that active in the community, you should run for something. But you probably have to run for it in Sci-Fi because you don't live in Northeast Houston. You live in Sci-Fi. Won't you run where you pay your taxes at? Now, you know why you ain't? Because ain't nobody trying to hear that foolishness. It ain't no politicians that want to use you out there. So you patty cake around in the Black community to try to make yourself look like you're doing something. But I know this. You ain't going to say nothing to me. Because I'm not Aubrey Taylor. You ain't going to say nothing to me. Because if I start exposing the stuff that I got, them same politicians will walk away from you. What you did to that lady was worse than what Kim Burrell did in that church. What you did to that lady was worse. You talked about her wig. You talked about how you dress. Baby, I don't know if you get it. You can go to Mexico and buy all the ass you want. You still got an evil spirit. You can have as many surgeries as you want, Lil' Kim, but you still got an evil spirit. I'm not impressed. Nor shall I ever be impressed by you because unlike Grizzy, you're not genuine. And eventually, everybody's going to find out exactly who you are. And when they find out who you are, they're going to feel like a fool for wasting so much time with you. But what you did to that lady, I wasn't called for. It's a whole bunch of activists and advocates I don't like. It's a whole bunch of them I don't like. It's a whole bunch of them I don't like the stuff that they do. But you know what? When I got a problem with them, I pick up the phone. I pick up the phone. But the last thing that you said, which could pull me into all of this that you and Grizzly created a black and brown coalition. And now the black and brown coalition has a problem with that lady. I'm going to tell you today what I told you over a year ago when you got into it with Arbor. If you want to fight that lady, fight her one-on-one. But you ain't finna bring no whole nother community in to fight anybody. If that's what you choose to do, then I'm gonna stick my nose in it. And the last time I stuck my nose in it, we exposed you across the board. You forgot about them little pictures of your classroom in Nigeria where you supposedly got your PhD. Did you forget about the multiple universities that you went to that I personally exposed as being fraud? Did you forget about when I took your fake doctorate and I broke it down to show that it was nothing but a copy and a paste job? Step into them waters. And if you want to battle somebody, you battle them on your own. But I know that lady does a lot of good work and she has her ways. She is who she is. But won't you go out there and hold them suck-ass Democrats, especially the black ones, accountable with all the dirty shit they doing to us? But if you want that smoke, then attack her with your black and brown coalition. And I can guarantee you that I will tear that shit apart. Now, call your attorney. Tell him what I said. And if you want to file a suit, do it. Do it. You ain't got enough guts. Do it. But I can tell y'all this. Anybody that every fucking place they go is always some drama. Man, wake up and smell the coffee. Grizzly, be careful who you hang around. Hang around dogs, you just might get fleas. I was sitting around and I was thinking about the black family and why the black family can't seem to stay together, or why people are, what's really the problem with the black family not staying together. I'm trying to, this thing here, y'all forgive me. I'm finna take this. Let me see if I can fix this virtual background again. This fuzz coming through. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it like that. Okay, let's do that. And I was thinking, there are several underlying factors as to why the black family is so toxic and you can't stay together. Nowadays, a lot of kids only have one parent in the household, and a lot of days that is a black mom who's a single mother trying to raise a family on her own. Why is the black man not staying in the household? Let's start right there. A lot of black men don't value their households. A lot of black men nowadays that are not in the household are not there by design. One, they don't want to be men. They don't want the responsibility that comes with being a father, a husband, and a provider. So when it's all said and done, that's one good reason as to why they are not there. Two, a lot of black men are not in the household because some women plotted to get pregnant just to get an income. So they never really wanted him in the household. They just wanted his money to be able to do whatever they wanted to do with it. Is that fair? No, it's not. It's really not. Because the kids end up suffering. I had an issue today I had to deal with a kid who's, has that type of issue where it's just in a house with the females. So we had a situation and I had to address it. Had to address it. But the thing is these men, one, should not be in family situations. If women would stop laying up with sorry dudes. It ain't like you just found out this man was a sorry dude. You've been knowing he was sorry. If you dated him for years, you've been knowing he was sorry. And then you went and started a family with him, whether you wanted to or whether you did not want to. You started a family with him, and now it doesn't work out. It implodes, and now this family is separated. You sisters have to do a better job at who you're picking to be the father of your kids. You have to do a better job of who you're picking to be the father of your kids. You have to do a better job. Another reason that the black family is not working is because we don't know the role of men and women sometimes in a relationship. According to your Bible, if you interpret it the right way, Eve was put in the Garden of Eden to be Adam's helper. She wasn't put there to be a provider. So in the marriages, a man is the provider. But what y'all doing, y'all going half on a baby, half on everything. Well, you're stopping him from being a man. And if you're comfortable stopping him from being a man, then you can't complain about him when he completely stops being a man. I'm gonna tell you something. People ask me all the time, do you write notes or you write this stuff down? No. This is from my heart. Women allow the man to be the man. But men, step up and do what you're supposed to do. Now, sisters, if he can't complete the assignment or if he's having some problems, that's when you become the helper. That's when you become the helper. But stop going get these boys straight off their mama's titties and expect them to be men when they never stop being boys. No family will stay together at that point when you do that type of stuff. It just won't happen. You have to know your roles. The last few shows I've been on fire. So I give you the disclaimer before I come on and tell you to hide the kids. Hide the kids. Hide the kids. Hide the kids. Some of y'all, you already know the deal. You had strong mamas and strong grandmothers. You already know. I think another reason why the black families are not working, and I'm going to talk to my sisters, and I'm not going to bash you. You've lowered your standards. You have lowered your standards. You knew that dude was sorry as hell, but yet you still forced it. You still wanted it to work, and it just wasn't going to work. You've lowered your standards. And my question to my sisters is why? Why did you lower your standards? Chivalry is not dead. It's okay to have a dude that treats you nice. But some of y'all got dudes that don't treat you worth a damn. And you still trying to make the family work. When the motherfucker stop going to work because he just don't want to go to work, it's time for him to go. You fight to keep the family together. But if you got 3 kids, you already been taking care of a 4th one and you just didn't know it was a kid you was dealing with. Because you were too caught up on the good sex to realize that this wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work. The separation of the black family has been going on for centuries. Centuries. Slavery was one of the biggest separation of black families that we've ever seen from a black person's standpoint. Black families were separated by the hundreds of thousands, sold from one plantation to the next, never to see their families again. Then there came another wave centuries later called the welfare system. The reason that some black families are separated in 2022. The reason that some black families are separated in 2022 is because you value your Section 8 over valuing a decent husband or man. You so don't want to work and don't want to do nothing that you want the Section 8 and you've allowed the welfare system and all of that. That includes, I loop all that together. Section 8, welfare, SNAP. That's like the people of color. I put it all in one boat. And you let this wannabe free lifestyle separate your family. The next wave was the child support system. Say, man, the biggest cash cow in America, the child support system. And some people are like, well, you have to do, no, you don't have to do shit. You didn't sleep with nobody at the child support office. But once again, I say that you knew the pedigree of the person that you had that child with before you ever had that child. But the child support system keeps black families separated. It keeps black families separated. And I really think the next time there's a flood or whatever, that it comes through and it wipes out every child support office in the country. Because it's nothing but a money scheme. It's nothing but a money scheme. And if he don't pay his child support, he can't see his child. the separation of the black family. So when are we going to stop playing the games? Now, you know, when there's problems, we got to get to the root cause of the problems. You know, TD Jakes was just talking the other day. I read something where women don't want to be, they're not feminine when it comes to relationships. And the man can't seem to deal with the fact that the woman makes more money than him, and here comes the conflict and all the extra stuff that comes with it. Is that true? A lot of women right now, oh, I'm single. So you cool with not having a mate. You cool with being 50, 60 years old, growing old by yourself. You feel you're cool with that. You play that strong individual until them goddamn lights go out in the house at night and you by your fucking self. It ain't all about sex. You're mentally, physically by yourself. But you want to play this strong individual. Because in a sense, as bad as I can be on the males, you don't want to play your position either. You know how many women throw away good men just because of their attitudes? You know how many women throw away good men just because they got stank ass attitudes? Let's talk about a few things. I want to make sure, can y'all hear me? I want to make sure you can hear me before I move on. I want to make sure you can hear me. Okay. Are you comfortable? Nobody wants to grow old by themselves. No, you don't. I don't care what you tell me. You miss the comfort of a man. I'm nowhere near, perfect. Nowhere near. Just like 100% of the men in the world are nowhere near perfect. Some men do have horrible attitudes on that. And Cedric Lewis, you just said what I was finna touch on. Nobody's perfect, but people need to learn how to work through their problems. Can you please keep your fucking friends out your marriage? That's one reason that the black family has a level of separation, because you got everybody else giving you advice in your marriage. You got your messy ass friends at the beauty shop. You got your trifling ass partners at the barber shop. In your marriage, you got your wayward pastor in your marriage. You got your family in your marriage. When it should be nobody but you and your husband or you and your wife working through your problems. You got your single friends telling you what to do with your married husband or wife. Why the fuck they single? Because ain't nobody wanted to put up with they trifling ass. Keep people out of your relationships and out of your marriages and out of your houses. And the worst thing some of y'all can do, you married folk, is take advice from single people. The motherfuckers, they either ain't never had a man or a woman, or they can't keep a marriage or a relationship. That ain't the person you should be taking advice from. That's not the person you should be taking advice from. And the whole time your girlfriend giving you the advice, telling you you need to leave this man, you know what it be? Your man probably giving her the dick. Hold on a second. Let me pull up something for y'all. Hold on. I'm pulling up something. Hold on a second. I want to share. Hold on a second. I want to share a screen with you from one of my favorite movies. It's called Plug Love. You can watch it on YouTube. Some of y'all have seen it, some of y'all have not, but there's a scene in there. We're gonna pull this scene up. All right. Let's pull this scene up. Bitch. This is what I'm talking about right here. She finna call her friend because she has problems. Because her side piece has figured out she has a man. So she's gonna call and talk to her friend.
Hello?
Hey.
You okay? What you call back to get your key?
Oh, girl, I just left from there. I must have just left the spare. You could just put it up for me. I'll get it from you later.
What's wrong?
I'm alright. I'm just...
No, you're not. You don't sound alright. What's wrong?
I'm going through a little bit of something right now.
Carmen, stop talking to me like that. What's wrong? Speak to me.
Murder found out about Renzo today.
What you found out about that?
She's so concerned about her friend.
So, me and Renzo had just came from out of town. And we went to this restaurant. And then the next thing I know, I'm walking outside. And Martin's standing with Renzo talking. Mind you, I had no idea they even knew each other. I guess he must have called him up there on some business or something.
Murder is the side piece.
So
Renzo
anyway,
is the boyfriend.
I walk outside and he's calling me over there to introduce me to him. And I couldn't do anything but just sit there and look stupid.
You gotta be kidding me.
I feel so bad for Murder. He didn't deserve any of this.
I mean, what about Renzo? What he gonna do?
He doesn't know yet. And to be honest, I really don't care that he doesn't. I mean, look at all the stuff that he's been doing to me for years. None of that even amounts to this.
Baby girl, I feel all of that. But still, you cannot be playing with these niggas' hearts out here. Like we said before, that's the closest way to end up missing.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Just leave Murder alone or what? I love him so much.
Bitch, you a grown-ass woman. You know what to do. And you know what you gotta do. Don't be going trading lust in exchange for everything that you done had. I mean, you both know Lorenzo is everything that you done had. What, you gonna trade that in for some nigga with some new money?
You're right.
So what you gonna do?
I'm gonna wait for him to get home.
You ain't gotta wait.
And I'll be the best woman I can be.
You ain't gotta wait.
That's what I like to hear.
Friend love her so much.
Well, call me when you do that, girl.
Oh.
I love you.
I love you too, Rachel.
Please feel better.
Whole time you talking to your friend.
Hey,
You had just finished fucking her
time for you to go
husband.
home and check up on your bitch, my nigga. She needs you. And we can finish what we started. You already know we're gonna see it.
Whole time she confiding in her friend. Her friend was fucking her man. This why you don't be talking to nobody about your business. That's one of the biggest factors why black families cannot stay together. It's called Plug Love. You can watch it on YouTube. It's free. One of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. But the reason that Carmen, and in the end, if I'm not going to tell you what happened, because if you ain't saw it, you got to watch the whole movie. Stop trusting these motherfuckers around your mate. Stop trusting them. The whole time she confided in her friend had just finished fucking her man. And you want to tell your girlfriend all your problems. Or you want to tell your partner all your problems. And the whole time they've been scheming on what was yours anyway. Now, Renzo was a dog ass nigga, but he was the plug. And that's what normally happens. So make a pact with yourself right now. If you're going through something in your relationship or your marriage, you solve it in-house. You keep your business in your house. Stop trusting your friends, because they really ain't your friends some days. They really ain't. Especially if you fucking with a motherfucker that's a baller. Especially if you fucking with somebody that seems like they got their shit together, whether they the man or the woman of the relationship. One of the best movies I've ever seen, and I watch it all the time, is That Damn Good. So who do you trust? Maybe you should trust God to help you solve your problems in your relationships. Because you definitely cannot trust your friends. You definitely cannot trust them. Because some of them dirty as all I do. You want your relationship to work, surround yourself with other married couples or people that's in relationships, like-minded people. You want your relationships to work, find you a mate that either has his stuff together or has her stuff together, or they're working on getting it together. It's okay if you find somebody who's struggling. But if they don't have a purpose in life or they're not trying to get somewhere, then don't create a family with somebody that doesn't have a vision. And most importantly, learn how to stay in your lane. If you can do that, then you will be okay. You will be okay. Hey, I didn't come to stay long tonight, but I came to be strong with you. Just something I was thinking about after talking to this kid this morning. Understanding that we had a lot in common. Understanding that we have a lot in common. And understand that your mistakes as adults doesn't just affect you, the husband and the wife. Your decisions affect those children. So we have to do a better job at keeping our families together. And when you keep the families together, a lot of times, if you have multiple kids, some of them may not get it right, but most of them will. If you provide a good structured family life, then most of these kids will get it right. I love y'all to pieces, man, but it is what it is, man. But please, whatever you do, watch your friends because they just might be trying to steal what you have. Trust me. Trust me. I know. It's a reason I'm the best in the business. Every night, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. It's the great one. 5-star. Get on the phone and tell your people that I'm running for House District 131. I'm coming for my seat. You know who I am. I'm a 5-star general. Until tomorrow night.